Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolk Knits. Today I'm very excited to show you some knitting progress. My knitting mojo is back, and also what I have been sewing and spinning on. Hello y'all, and welcome back to YoungFolk Knits. If you're new here, my name is Casey, and on this channel I like to share all about my love of fiber arts. So there's knitting, spinning, sewing, whatever else we might be up to at the moment. And I also occasionally share about life on a small farm here in Arkansas. So if any of that sounds like it might be your cup of tea, then make sure and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future video content. This week we have been struggling along. My mom has had COVID and we all tested negative for it, but we have each had some kind of virus. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's one of them. And I've got little kids with ear infections and all kinds of fun stuff. So we've mostly been staying home, staying inside in the air conditioner every single day. For the past week, we've had a severe heat warning and UV warning as well. It's just incredibly hot. It's the kind of hot where people die outside here in Arkansas in the humidity. So especially with us not feeling good, we've definitely been spending a lot of time inside. And I'm excited to say I've got some knitting mojo back. I have felt like knitting. I've wanted to knit. I've been excited about knitting, which I was definitely going through a slump there for a little bit. But I think the reason why I'm excited about knitting again is because of some of the things I'm knitting on. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today. Like I mentioned, we're all feeling a bit under the weather, and so I just want to do a brief catch up on my current projects. First of all is this test knit for Sorry Nordland. This is the Lau Luti, and the test knit was due, I want to say August 6th or something like that, and I just needed to knit the yoke and one sleeve. And who is proud of me? I've got two sleeves. I finished the yoke and I did the neck line as well. It's all finished. I actually finished the test knit on time. So now all I need to do is work on the body, but I don't have to finish that by the due date. I do, however, want to finish this because I love it and I want to wear it as soon as possible. So this is a V-neck t-shirt with a beautiful lace and cable pattern. It's based off of her Lau Lu chart. Sorry, I'm struggling here. There we go. It's based off of her Lau Lu chart, which she has used in a shawl, scarf, and I don't know what all else. I want to say maybe a hat. But I love it in this tee. It has two lace panels that start here at the back, where you pick up at the back and you knit the two front shoulders around the neck, and then you join and knit the panel all the way down the front. You then pick up and do some lace panels on each sleeve. One thing I will mention is that this has a little bit of a different increase in construction. So normally if you're doing a V-neck, you pick up and then you're going to start increasing here at the insides so that it will meet. This pattern is different because she wants to have that very thick and full lacy cable pattern, and the cable and lace pattern, the chart's about that big. She actually has you increase on the outside. So it's increasing here and you're going to join and meet those panels right about here. Also, the V-neck is not very deep. In fact, I had to make sure I could fit my head through this hole right here. I think I'm going to be okay. I was very loose with my bind off. The neck is very simply done. You just go back through to finish it. You pick up, and then on the next row, you bind off. So it's very simple but effective, I think. It's a very pretty little finishing touches there around the neck. So I am knitting mine in the cotton lino base from the Wandering Flock, and I'm using the color Pyrite. It's a beautiful green gold, very grungy, and I'm very happy with it. This is a good color for me, so I'm excited to get this done and add it into my wardrobe. I am absolute fan of lace charts, especially when they have a little bit of cabling thrown in there. A fun and engaging chart is the pinnacle of knitting for me. I absolutely love it. I love following a chart. I love working lace. I love seeing a pattern emerge. I find it very engaging, not boring at all. I often get extremely bored knitting plain stockinette, which plain stockinette is awesome to be able to get a nice, elegant, lovely finished fabric, but it's not the funnest to knit. And to me, this is the funnest to knit. I know that's not a word, but I am truly enjoying knitting on this pattern. It should release in, I would say, a couple of weeks. So if you're wanting to add one to your wardrobe, it's coming soon. I really do love the cotton lino base. It has so much drape. It's a mixture of fibers. Yeah, I believe it's those four things: linen, cotton, silk, and alpaca. And so it has a lovely drape. It has no bounce to the yarn, so your hands will tire from working, with it, but it's lovely and it's very soft. And it feels very nice to work with. Now, I am a little bit concerned. I'm going to have to really do some work with blocking here, because when you pick up the sleeves, the very first round that you do, you start cabling. And because of that, there's some puckering with the fabric on the body from where you've picked up the sleeves. So I'm definitely going to need to work on my blocking to make it look nice and neat and move that puckering out to the cable on the sleeve. I think it'll work well. I think this is going to block nicely, but you can see that puckering there pre-blocking. Also, something I think is great is that I did the entire yoke of this, joined working around, and got quite a bit done on the body with only one skein of yarn. So I added in my second skein to work both sleeves, and I still have all of this left that I've joined to start working the body again with. And I have a whole nother skein. I got 3, so I think that this is going to be a top that really doesn't require much yarn, which is nice, because this is a bit of a luxury yarn, so it's nice when you don't have to purchase that many skeins of it. The other project I've been working on is a test knit for Tori from Tori Knits NYC, and it is the Prospect Pullover. So I hadn't even cast this on last time we chatted, but I have now joined the body in the round and I'm working away on it. This is a really fun drop shoulder textured pullover. It's worked from the top down, so I am using the called for yarn from North Bay Fiber, and it's their Heritage DK base. It's a lovely targy woolen spun yarn. It's so light and airy and fluffy and lovely. I love the natural fibers in it. It's soft, but it still feels very woolly. I can do lots of spit splicing, which is amazing because there's hardly any ends to weave in when you get finished. And it has a simple texture. When I say simple, you're just knitting and purling through the whole pattern, but it is arranged in a very lovely way to show some beautiful texture. And I chose this light color, Sandpoint, because I really wanted to show off the texture. I'm hoping that this will give me a bit of a traditional Aran sweater look without having to put in the work of a lot of cables. Instead, I'm getting that texture just from some really easy textured stripes. And it's a lot of fun to work because it's still engaging. I have to follow where I'm at. I'm doing something a little bit different every few rows, but it's not difficult. So this is a fun, quick knit. I did all of this in 2 days during the weekend. And I think next I'm gonna go back and pick up and knit my collar. As soon as I finish this ball of yarn, I'm gonna finish it. I don't like having multiple balls of yarn with yarn tails dangling. So what I usually do is I work till I finish a ball and then I'll do something somewhere else. So instead of doing the sleeves, I'm going to go back and do the collar, and then I'll continue working on this. It is really, really enjoyable. I did have some leftover yarn from my poly cardigan, which was knit up in this exact same colorway. So I went ahead and started with that. I was gifted yarn support from the yarn dyer, North Bay Fiber. Jill very kindly provided yarn support for this test knit for me, and that came in so I can continue on with this fun little project. It's gonna go by very quickly. If I wasn't knitting anything else, I could knit this in a week, but I of course have 5 zillion projects, so it'll probably take me a little bit longer than that. This test knit is due mid-September, so I still have plenty of time to finish it, but I want to hurry up and get it done because I'm having so much fun working on it. I'm also working on a test knit for Andrea Mowry, and my plan has been to use hand spun, but I am very behind in life at the moment. I wanted to do a lot of spinning for Tour de Fleece, but so far I'm only finishing my pressed flowers cardi and doing some spindle spinning. I really wanted to focus on improving my technique with spindle spinning. Yes, I can do it, but I want to do it well. And so I have been working on that, and I just haven't got to do a full shawl spin as well. So because of that, I looked through some stuff that I did have, and I think I might be going to put this together, the backup plan, which is Reminisce from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers and Spin Cycle Dyed in the Wool. So the Reminisce is Val and the Dyed in the Wool is Goldie, and I think they look really cute together, and I'm probably going to wind these up and have them ready to go as an alternative in case I can't finish my big spin to have hand spun to use as well. So I like having a backup plan, and this is it. I have a bit of sewing as well. I decided to make another Henrietta skirt from Spaghetti Western Sewing, and I used some curtains. I think that's the right word. I guess you would call them curtains. I feel like there's a more specific term besides just curtains. But anyway, I have not ever used them. I've not ever hung them, and I probably never will. So I decided to see if I could upcycle them into something fun. I actually cut out a shirt as well, a little top. I have a lot of them. They're from my grandma. It has this really pretty scalloped edging. So I decided to make a Henrietta skirt, and I did have to piece things a few different ways to make it long enough or wide enough to make it work this way, but I really think it's super cute. However, it is totally see-through. I mean, extremely see-through. Because I don't like to show everyone my bloomers, I am probably gonna wear this with a slip. I thought about lining it, but I think I'd prefer just to have a really light little simple silk slip underneath. I think that'll be breathable, and it won't cause the fabric to, get caught on itself and set in a weird way if I lined it with a similar cotton. So I think some nice slippery fabric underneath a slip will work out really well. This is a very simple and quick sewing pattern. If you want a skirt, I think this is super fun. I just would not size up too much. I would really look at the finished circumference. You just basically want the waistband to go over your hips. You want to have plenty of room for it to go over your hips, and then for me personally, I don't want it to be much bigger than that because it starts getting a little bit unflattering for certain fabrics on my body type. I know that is different for everyone, but that's how I do it personally. I also decided to cut out a few different patterns. I cut out my paper pattern for Protea pants, and I cut out the paper pattern for some Just My Luck jeans, and I have not cut out the fabric yet for my Protea pants, but I did go ahead and cut out the fabric from the Just My Luck jeans, and I'm on a stripe kick. This is some 8-ounce railroad denim in a narrow stripe, and I'm going to be using that with some cute little cotton quilting fabric I had just enough. I think I had half a yard, so I had just enough of this to cut out some pocket bags. So you shouldn't be able to see the pockets, but I will know they're there, and I think they're adorable. This is actually a very drapey and lightweight denim. It's only 8 ounces, and I usually use a 10-ounce denim, but I think this would be really nice and breathable. And the Just My Luck jeans are a barrel shape, which I'm a little nervous about whether or not I can pull off that shape very well. But I love barrel pants. I think they're adorable. I love my bob pants. I've sewn like 5 pair of those. And I wanted to give these a go. I went ahead and cut them out, and I'm hoping to sew them in this next week or so. Is it loose?
Yes.
That's exciting. Okay, let me finish this real quick. So as you can tell, I have plenty of making to keep me busy. I'm continuing to try to finish up my spin for Tour de Fleece. I want to have my pressed flowers cardigan spin plied by the time Tour de Fleece is over, which I think is July the 25th. So I'm running out of time. I need to hurry up and get that done, but I am enjoying it. I had a couple questions about what free audiobooks I had found on Audible the last time we chatted, so I was just going to let you know one of them I found was A Lady's Guide to Etiquette and Murder. I haven't actually listened to this one yet, but I added it to my queue. It is by Diane Freeman, and I actually had this as a recommendation from one of you, so I'm hoping it's a good one. On Libby, I found the book A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons. This is written by Kate Kavari, and I think the narrator is doing a really nice job. I also got Kindle version of the Libby book, so sometimes I can read or listen whenever I have time for. Honestly, it's normally listening to the audiobook, but I'm enjoying having both as an option to switch back and forth. So this book is set in London 1923, and the heroine of the book is Saffron Everly. She's a newly minted research assistant and the first woman to hold the position at University College of London. Her exploits then include not only botany research, but solving a murder, because they do often happen at dinner parties in London, as well as a flirtation with a fellow researcher, Alexander Ashton. Settings include greenhouses, dark gardens, and deadly poisons. One of you kind viewers also recommended this series, Hamish Macbeth, for me. So I haven't started it yet, but I did find it, and it's available on Prime. I'm excited about that. I'm going to take a look at it. I do love all things Scottish. I love the series Monarch of the Glen. I love listening to the accent. So if you watched the series Hamish Macbeth in the 90s, let me know, is it good? I really enjoy time traveling back to the 90s. So nostalgic. Let me know what you're working on. Are you knitting, sewing, crocheting, spinning? I'd love to hear what your projects are right now. Also, as always, I need book recommendations, TV show recommendations. So make sure and hit me with some good ones in the comments. I always appreciate it. I hope that you are staying cool and beating the heat if you live in the Northern Hemisphere as well. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm definitely ready for fall, and summer has just started. If you enjoy videos like this, then make sure and give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future video content. And until next time, happy knitting, y'all.